Tenemos un problema.
Bien.
Las identidades de nuestros agentes han sido descubiertas.
El país está sumido en el caos. ¿Y el universo me envía a este?
¡Señor!
Basta, Bob. Nos vamos a una misión, no de luna de miel.
Por supuesto.
I wish I had an excuse. I think just laziness. I think I have no other excuse. Yeah, there are long times. I suppose I can always think of something else that I'd rather be doing than not making another movie. So I get distracted by other things, or other movies, or other ideas, or doing plays in the West End. And there aren't a lot of strings to my bow, but there are a few. So I often like to do other things, but at least when you come back to a franchise like Johnny English, you feel as though it's not stale. Mm-hmm. It's still quite fresh in your mind, and I enjoy playing the character, so that helps. I enjoy his self-delusion and his selfishness and his smugness and his, but also his courage and his determination. My relationship is okay. I mean, I'm an electrical engineer by training. I've got two degrees in electrical engineering, or control systems engineering, actually, was my research degree. So I'm not a complete Luddite or artist who refuses to embrace modern technology. So I use technology in the traditional ways that we do, but not social media. I have no interest in Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or any of those things. But the basics of technology I use and I enjoy. But I also enjoy, like Johnny English, I enjoy the older stuff, and I enjoy vinyl records, and I enjoy analog cars. And this was obviously a perfect excuse to get the cars out. Yes, actually, we had something slightly similar to that, which we were going to do at the end. We were trying to work out, because in the original script, he never went back or saw the children at the end of the movie. I've given the game away now if you haven't seen the movie, but anyway. But we see him at the beginning. He's a geography teacher. Johnny English is retired. He's a geography teacher, retired from the Secret Service, and he's enjoying himself at this school in a way that I won't describe here. But then we were trying to work out ways to bring him back, with the children at the end, but we couldn't think of anything, so we didn't do it. And then in early testing of the movie, what the audience said is they wanted to see the children again. So that general idea of Johnny as a teacher of young people, I think, is fun, and I think the children are a very enjoyable part of this movie. I mean, Spain is a country which I love. I think it's got a lovely culture and lovely quality, and it's a very beautiful country. Some very beautiful parts to it. And Johnny English is someone who just wants to be in beautiful places. He wants to be in exotic, sunny places where he can act out his fantasy of being a successful spy, which of course he isn't, or at least he's not very good at it. But rather bizarrely, he is successful in that the movies tend to end with him winning. He tends to, and I'm afraid, this movie, Johnny English Strikes Again, it's the same story. He wins at the end of the day. But Johnny likes to be in exotic places, and I know there are lots of those in Spain. So I think it would be an ideal location, to be honest, for a new story. You'd have to ask them. I don't think so. My problem is that I take movie making very, very seriously, and I find it actually very difficult. I find it very difficult to act, to be an actor, and I get very stressed about it. I feel a lot of stress when I'm making movies. I like the script bit beforehand, and I like the editing bit afterwards, but the bit in between, when I'm supposed to do what I'm good at, which is acting or be funny, believe it or not, I find that very, very hard, because I'm convinced that I'm not doing it as well as I could do it. And that's a very annoying and frustrating thing. So when things go wrong on the set, I'm afraid I just tend to go very serious, and I tend to go very introspective and very quiet, which isn't the kind of thing that's going to get anyone laughing. So I don't think they will have many stories of finding what I'm doing funny. Well, he certainly doesn't deserve them. It's just that they seem to drop into his lap, as it were. Well, you know, we just, you know, Olga was a perfect casting for us because not only, you know, is she a naturally beautiful woman, but she's also actually, in our movie, I think, really good. You know, really good in the part. She's completely convincing, but also very good with the comedy, which not every actor can do. And I think her reactions to Johnny, her interaction with Johnny, is perfect. Actually, is beautifully judged, and she makes the scenes funnier because of the way she is. I mean, she's not being comic, being overtly comic, but her reactions to Johnny, the way she accommodates Johnny English, the way she sort of, you know, basically twists him round her finger, is very well judged, I think, and we couldn't, in my opinion, have chosen anyone better for the part.
It's just funny, like a deadpan kind of way.
Yes, exactly. It's her very serious reactions to Johnny, which are inherently funny. Yeah, there's something just funny about the seriousness of what she does. I don't think they get on very well because I think they're both very self-centered individuals, very selfish. You know, they absolutely and relentlessly pursue their own agendas. And I don't think two people like that are going to. What John English needs, well, is someone like Boff, played by Ben Miller, who is a perfect sidekick because he's constantly, you know, giving way to Johnny, constantly accommodating his needs and carefully dancing around him. Whereas, you know, Mr. Bean wouldn't give Johnny English that kind of room. Mr. Bean would be pursuing his own agenda because he's not self-regarding. You know, he doesn't care much about his appearance, Mr. Bean, whereas Johnny English definitely cares a lot about his appearance, and he really wants to look good, and it's that sort of smugness, of course, which we like because we like it when he fails to achieve what he wants to achieve, and the failure is funny.
Ella es la clave de este caso.
Creo que jamás he conocido a un hombre como usted.
Permítame sacarla de dudas. No lo ha hecho. ¿Realidad virtual?
Es totalmente inmersiva. Hay personas que pierden la noción de su entorno.
Puedo garantizarte que eso no me va a ocurrir.
Dígame que el agente asignado está haciendo progresos.
Blanco a la vista. Es hora de usar el hinchable de la caja.
¡No la abra dentro!
¿Puedes alcanzar la manilla?
No, no llego, señor.
Botas magnéticas.
Gran idea.
Nadie debe detectar nuestra presencia.